just checking. It's Wednesday, it's 5 p.m. in the UK, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, and it's RJ and myself. Hello, RJ.
Hello, how are you?
I'm having an interesting day today. Enough said about that. I'm here, I'm functioning, I'm happy. Things are going reasonably well. And you?
Things are going really, really well. I am preparing for my trip. I'm speaking about bots at a conference this weekend and early next week. So I am very excited about that. I'm going to be joining JVology. It's down in Nashville, and conference starts on Sunday. So I'm really excited about that and prepping everything so that I can leave my desk for a couple of days.
Easier said than done.
Always.
Have you been to Nashville before?
Never.
Right, so a bit of a tourist thing to do as well?
I don't know. Really, these trips are so much about networking. And getting to know people, getting to know where they're from, what they're doing. And these conferences that I go to are a really good time as well. It's not a lecture. It's not, talking head after talking head after talking head. It's like really good stuff. And people are teaching and learning and doing all kinds of things at the same time. So I'm so thrilled to be going. And I'm just my big class released on Monday.
Yeah.
I had a package of templates that I worked on with the Sassy Suite people that released last night. So everything's happening all at once, Stephen, is the answer to your question.
It is. Trip to Nashville included. Okay, now, on a normal day, we could talk about bots in a totally positive tone, but we do have some news to give you at the moment, and that is that ManyChat has problems. I've been looking in the ManyChat group, and there are people reporting problems with ManyChat. The bot that we send out 10 minutes before the show worked perfectly. Guest bot, not so perfectly. We know this is going to happen occasionally with any software, and we'll just ride through it today. And it's not changed our opinion of ManyChat because there is only one ManyChat, but that might not be true forever. RJ, over to you.
Well, so yeah, ManyChat. As you know, this is the product that we have talked about over and over. All my classes are built on ManyChat. A lot of chatbots on ManyChat, but I have been working on an alternative. I have been talking to a company. Their product is called TrueChat. It is, it's a little bit at this moment, a little bit more, it's a different kind of interface. And right now they have a whole lot of skills on a reactive bot basis. Somebody asks the bot a question, they've actually got artificial intelligence programmed in so that it will notice what the intent of the question is and give it an answer. Yeah, I can't do that with ManyChat. And they're super robust on the customer service side. What did you have to say, Stephen?
I just wanted to expand on that. When we do our bots, we do our ManyChat bots, attach them to, say, the show today. People type in guest, it sees the word guest, ManyChat sees guest, and it says, okay, I must send this message to that person. What you're saying is that you would not be searching for keywords. You'd actually be asking real world questions, and the bot using its AI would interpret it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So right now, what we've got with ManyChat is an exact match system. It reads this word, it sends this thing. But what we would have with this other system is that the system is trained to figure out the intent of the question and then send the correct message. So say somebody right now, here's the difference: exact matching versus fuzzy matching. Here's the difference. if you typed in the bot right now, if the guest bot was working, which it's not, ManyChat's down, everybody. But if you typed that in right now, in any sentence at all, it would notice that and it would fire off a message. If you wanted to be a guest right now, it would send you the link. But what if you typed in a sentence like, oh, I was a guest last week. I'd really love to be a guest next week. Do you have the link for then? The bot would return the link for this week, because it's just reading that one word and it doesn't care about anything surrounding that word. That's, I mean, and that's good technology as far as it goes, right? Most of the time it works if you give people real specific instructions and you walk them through the process and you're there for help. It's great stuff. But if you had a system where somebody could type that exact same sentence in, hey, I was a guest last week. I would really like to be a guest next week. Can I get the link? And if the system shot them back the correct link, well, now that's a different sort of bot altogether. You know what I'm saying?
That's magical.
Dudes. That would be insane. Yeah.
Totally.
And of course you'd have to let the bot know like what links go in what weeks. You'd still have to do a little bit on the backside and set that stuff up. But if anybody can use whatever language they need to use and ask you a question, that's so much more of a natural thing than us having to dictate people's behavior.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, people are going to type freehand. They're going to type what they want to type rather than typing exact words, which means I've got to give bad news to Alfredo in that our guest bot isn't working today.
Sorry, bud.
We couldn't get it working. It was impossible. Tried everything under the sun, but we do have a backstop because this is us. So if you've typed a message, anything in the text today, I'll just demonstrate this. You will have. I'm going to show that on the screen. It says, "Hello, Alfredo, and we're so glad you joined us today. We enjoy your company," which is true. We're here to answer your messages. Underneath it says to join us on camera, click. So in other words, if bot A doesn't work, then we've got to stand by a bot B. Yeah. So the guest link is actually in the reply that autoresponder bot gave to you, and all you need to do is click that link and you can join as a guest on camera. So that's it. There's always more than one way to do things, which is fortunate. So all you need to do to actually get the guest link is to say hello in the comments, and that will be it. Okay, now we have a question about TrueChat, and obviously it's just a minute. I'm going to try and find a question. Elkrinda's saying hello, and hello, Stephen. And there was a question. I'm sure there was a question, RJ.
Sure.
Okay. What's the pricing on TrueChat?
TrueChat, the pricing right now is set up a little bit different. They're not pricing by subscriber. They're pricing by conversation. So yeah. And it's I've been know this, everybody. TrueChat's not ready. When it is, I'm going to be sounding the horn from the rooftop. Okay, don't buy it right now. It's not what you're expecting right now. Okay, but they are pricing by conversation, and it's not clear to me yet what a conversation. You know, you can define a conversation in different ways. So I think it's 30 for 200 conversations. 30 a month for 200 conversations, I think, is what it is right now. But that's something that I'm going to be clarifying with them and asking a bunch of questions. You know, how do you define that? What are the guidelines? You know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, to me, having the AI, worth it every time. Worth it every time.
Totally, it takes us another step forward to providing natural language bots. Rather than keyword bots.
Here's the thing too, is that many chatbots, they're not going to learn from their mistakes because there's no artificial brain attached. But with this bot, an artificial brain is attached. So if you get somebody asking a question that's like way out in left field or way odd, and then you come back and you answer that question, In ManyChat, doesn't matter. ManyChat doesn't care. It's done what it needed to do. In TrueChat, you'll be able to say, you know what, this is something that gets asked of me a lot. Let's go ahead and do some work with it. And then all of a sudden that bot gets smarter as you go. It's, you know, I mean, it's a little bit
spooky.
Yeah, a little bit spooky. Okay, though, we're tough computer people. Well, we can.
We are. We can do this. I mean, and just going back to the pricing structure, 200 conversations is quite a reasonable number for any given business.
Oh yeah, especially if you're first starting out. And honestly, here's the big difference. And this is the question that I asked the guy on the boat. This is the thing that made me. This is one of the things that makes me a little bit crazy with the company that I currently use, ManyChat, is that when things break, when things aren't working right, and you know what? I know. I worked with software developers in the past. Sometimes you fix one thing and you add one feature over here and it breaks way over here and you don't even know until the fire is an inferno, man. I mean, I know that technology is problematic. The thing that drives me crazy about ManyChat is that they will either say everything's fine, or they'll say it's Facebook's fault, or they'll say it's your fault. They have never, in my entire year and a half and some of being with them, said, you know what, that's totally our bad. We'll fix. So sorry. I mean, and so when I was talking to, when I was on that cruise, I met the CEO of TrueChat, and we talked about it. And I said, first and foremost, I don't care what else your bot does. How good is your customer service? Do you care about the people that subscribe to you? That's the question I ask first now, because the stuff with ManyChat just drives me crazy sometimes.
Well, it's like anything. If you can't get through to the people who actually have the knowledge and can respond, then it makes it very difficult. I suppose, I mean, if you look at the ManyChat group, they've got 70,000 members in there, which is a lot of people to look at. And we know that only about 20% of people actually ever join a group. So they're dealing in huge numbers. But having a customer service department which can fire off answers. I mean, the case in point, the current ManyChat problems, ManyChat has problems. I've posted the status link, started yesterday, and they were reported by people yesterday in the group, and ManyChat have not responded. Now, all they need to do is say, we're on this. Okay, copy it's not rocket science, is it, RJ?
No.
Copy the text from the status page into the group. Yeah.
This is a 3-second process.
It is. It's so easy to do. So ManyChat. Now, relevant to this is that Alfredo has just reminded us that today Molly Mahoney, the prepared performer, has a guest from ManyChat called Sid, the head of growth at ManyChat, and he's on a show today talking all about ManyChat. And it's going to be a good, interesting show. ManyChat
Have a good time, Sid.
It's excellent. ManyChat is excellent at what it does. But if we've got a problem, it's very difficult to actually find somebody to talk to. And right, okay. And the other thing, of course, is that you've got to have personal customer service if you're going to win. And I'm looking forward to that with TrueChat. I can certainly say, without fear of a doubt, that I have got it with Autoresponder Bot, which is the bot that's answering your comments today with a reply and giving the link to join us on camera, is all being done by Autoresponder Bot. And I'm quite happy to be one of the few people using it, because it's like having your own personal bot service. We welcome Alfredo. Alfredo.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you, Alfredo?
Great. I just came from Molly Mahoney's live stream, and my apologies. Hold on.
Right, we've muted Alfredo through the technology of BLIFBot. He's going to give us a thumbs up when he's ready. And when he's ready to speak, he'll just say, I'm ready to speak, and we'll bring him back. And Molly's live at the same time as we are, RJ. What do we think of that?
Oh, well, I don't think it's the same crowd we're after, so it's all good with me. She is a nice human being. I'm certain. I've never met her yet, but someday I'm sure I will. But yeah, I used to worry about that, and now I don't, because
Well, it's a different type of show.
different entirely. Yeah,
different. We're all about conversations. We're all about talking to people and people joining us on camera and having a conversation, answering questions. And in a broadcast type of show, where you've got a lot of people watching, then there is little interaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some broadcasters have got a producer in the show who's showing the comments, so the host of the show is not actually reading them. So, but that's how I take. We're personal people, and say hello again to Alfredo.
Yeah, I had a phone call ring, and I had to kind of either ignore it or take care of it. But one of the things I wanted to ask was, because there's a variety of chatbots out there, what as a beginner chatbot person would you recommend to, what chatbot should I recommend to start studying on?
Well, I know that you have a technology background, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if I directed you to look at, I direct 99% of the people that I talk to ManyChat, because it is a system. While all of the terms and the titles don't make sense to non-techie people, so the worst problem that people have with it is usually figuring out what those words in the side mean, the menu. Once people get a hold of that and figure out what they can do where, and they just memorize the path where they need to go, they're fine. They're usually totally fine. So 99% of the time I say, go look at ManyChat. TrueChat is in the process of gaining a couple of things. They are programming away right now, gaining a couple of the features that I felt like I needed clients to have. And as soon as those features are finished, I'm gonna point people over to TrueChat instead. It's a more robust. It's a more robust platform. It's a little bit more techie looking, just a little, but I think that for the power of it, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So, I hope that answers your question, Alfredo. Go to ManyChat. They're having problems right now, so know that you're going to get a lot of messages that say your stuff could not be saved, and then you'll get it like over and over and over again for 20 times, because they think you can't read or something. Know that I'm pointing to people to ManyChat for now, but as soon as TrueChat has their stuff built, I'm going to be all about it.
Right, and that's TrueChat. We've got to watch out for that, and I'm looking forward to it. So, Alfredo said he's getting too many phone calls at the moment because he is job hunting. So obviously, real world tech's priority. So that's where he's gone. So what you're basically saying is that the easiest bot to use is ManyChat.
Yep.
To get to grips with, to learn the language.
Yeah, to learn the language. That's especially correct, because it's, what, and to a certain extent, once you have learned the language of bots, then you can, and I have done this, go to other platforms and check them out. And that's, of course, I've been doing that for a while now. When I hear of a new one coming out, I'll go check it out. But I haven't found anything that's more easy to teach people than ManyChat so far.
Which is why, hang on, I've got a spelling mistake here, which could be, well, just to give me a second. I made a spelling mistake. It doesn't happen very often, just sort of every show. Which is why we created, RJ and I working together, we created the Bots for Broadcasters course, which you'll find on Udemy, and it takes you from A to Z through bot building, gives you 3 worked examples, and it is quite possibly the best course on Udemy about messenger bots. Well, that's what Udemy said.
Well, that's what Udemy says, and we trust them. I would love to give you a little addendum. I keep forgetting to tell you this.
Okay, off you go.
I think that we should film a little addendum onto that particular course, here's what's happening to me. That in my announcements for my shows, we used to say, give them a reminder, give them a reason to be there, and give them a link. So I have changed that formula a little bit. I've been testing this for the past couple of weeks. I've changed the formula a little bit because now there are no rules against this as of this time. You are not against the Facebook terms of service. If you send them, if you say, hey, I'm going on at 2:00, this is what I'm going to talk about. This is what you don't want to miss. If you want to join me, click below, and you have a link under that button. You're not breaking the terms of service.
Right. Okay.
But for me, I wanted to try out, what if Facebook tomorrow said, that's against the terms of service. You can't possibly do that. If they did that tomorrow, what would I do? So I've been experimenting for the past couple of weeks. And so now what I do is I issue a little question out there. And the question has to do with the topic of the show. And so I'll say, like tomorrow's show, I'm having a guest on. Her name's Jane Powers. You know her.
I do.
I'm having a guest on. So my announcement is going to look like, hey, have you ever had trouble introducing yourself and telling people what you do, why you're an expert? Have you ever stumbled over that? And then I'm going to have a yes-no path. The yes path is going to lead to, hey, fantastic, darling. I am doing a show about that on this very day. Click the link below to join us. And if you've never had a problem with that, then you're going to get a nice little thank you and a Bitmoji of me, and there you go.
Right. Okay.
I've been doing this the last couple of weeks. My show numbers have not dropped.
Right.
And when they hit that yes path, I'm tagging them in the background of this person is specifically interested in these kind of topics.
Okay. Yeah, which is what we all want to be doing.
It's more powerful than what we were doing before. Because what we were doing before is just sending people to a link. Now we're asking them questions. It's very natural. And it's not like this. And my chatbot got into a pattern of this. I'm just as guilty as everyone else who's doing this. But my chatbot got into a pattern of, hey, you want to see what I'm doing next? Hey, you want to see what I'm doing next? It's very selfish and one-sided. When it's instead, we're beeping in there with the same stuff, Stephen. But I'm saying, hey, have you ever had this kind of a problem?
Yeah.
It's a very different approach.
It is. And it shows more interest in the people who are watching us and taking part in our shows. Talking of which, we did that to the Udemy course. I totally agree. But you've got to go and you've got to do this Nashville weekend and then...
Oh, I know, right?
Priorities. I'll be so busy. Right, okay. If you're watching us on the live video page, thank you. But if you type in hello, then you'll get a message from RJ and I thanking you for watching the show. We'd also get a link to bring you right over to Be Live in 5, and we can then see and react to your comments. We're not ignoring you. We would like you to be on the Be Live in 5 page, and then we can actually feature your comments on screen the way that we can feature Off Radio's comments on screen, and those comments become part of the recording. So when this video wends its way to YouTube, you'll be on it. But what you have to do first is type hello. That starts the conversation. What's beginning to happen, RJ, is after the show, where I've got a bot on, which is a sort of reply bot, I'm sending a message on Messenger and then having between 4 and 10 conversations after each show. Because...
Ooh, so tell me about this.
Oh, right. Okay. It's called the reply bot. And I've just christened it that today, so it exists. But basic thing is, on any show on Be Live in 5, then in addition to everything else that's done, the guest bot and everything is one bot, and its sole purpose in life is to say hello. So when you say you're watching a show on Be Live in 5 and you type in anything at all, the hello bot, reply bot will actually talk to you And we've got an instance of this. We've got the live instance. Rather than talking about it, Ed has said, is there anything I have to tell Facebook before I use my bot? We'll come to that. But as soon as Ed did that, he got a reply, personalized reply, which I wrote, saying, hello, Ed, and you were so glad you could join us today. We enjoy your company, and we do. And it gives the link to actually join us on camera as well. So that's the reply bot. And in addition to actually doing that there, it sends a message in Messenger on BeLive in 5, so that after the show, rather than having to, months ago, I said what you should do is be messaging people who commented on the show, which meant you've got to go through all the comments, and there might be a lot of comments. We had a show last week with 182 comments. So to actually go through all the comments takes time. Whereas if you send people who commented a message the first time that they comment, then you can go to Messenger and you can see all the new conversations that have started. Yeah, and you can just go through them once at a time, and you can personalize them and start a conversation. And that works well. Right, anyway, we do have a real genuine question from Ed, which I want to go back to. Is there anything I have to tell Facebook before I use my bot?
You have to give, you have to give ManyChat permission to access your page and to post as your page. But that is all taken care of, I believe, in the sign up process, Ed. So if I didn't answer your question, give me some more specifics. Like, what are you thinking you have to tell and when? If I didn't answer your question just there, throw some more in the comments for us, Ed, and we'll come back to that one.
Right. Okay. We score 1 for the reply bot as Ed joined us on camera.
Well,
there you go.
There we are.
Hello, Ed.
Hello.
CTRE Media
Hold
is in the house.
I need to put in headphones before. Okay. So you can turn me off for a minute while I jiggle things around here.
Okay, Ed's jiggling. He'll be back with us in a moment. But basically, that was from the reply bot. Ed saw the link in the reply and came on there. And momentarily, it's got a lot of wires entangled there. Okay,
oh, yeah.
I'll stop the running commentary, come back to where we were. So we'll take Ed's question in a moment. If anybody else wants to join us on camera, just say hello. You get the link and you can come and join us on camera. We've got another seat. Alfredo is still in the lobby, but right, I'm waiting for a thumbs up from Ed. Okay, and Eddie's back. 3, 2, 1. You're back, sir.
Okay, this isn't as loud as I'd like it to be, and I don't think that it's from my end, but anyway, let's see. So I asked the question, do I need to tell Facebook specifically? I think that at one point you said that they, this is RJ, I think, said that there's something that I have to tell them. Maybe that's why I'm having trouble sending messages, or not.
Well, let me tell you, everyone is having trouble right now. If you, there is a status page for, it's status.manychat.com. Everyone is having troubles right now. And they have been for about 2 days.
No, I'm talking about a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I thought I sent a message. I thought I did a broadcast, and I didn't get my own broadcast. So I'm guessing it didn't go out. And okay. Every time I went to send it, what it said was, I need to make a message first. That was my error message.
Ah.
And I know I made a message. I even have messages that I scheduled, and I had messages that I didn't schedule and wanted to send immediately. And it's still there if I go back.
But yeah, it won't disappear. It won't disappear.
Can you screenshot that by any chance?
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you can screenshot it and send it to Steven, maybe we can take a look at it and see if there's something, if there's anything, if there's a box unchecked somewhere, maybe we can fix that.
Okay. You can throw me back in the lobby.
Okay.
So you don't see me here, moving around and doing all the stuff.
Right,
Now,
okay.
You know what? Here we go. There we go. You can leave me up if you like.
All right. Okay. We can carry on.
I paid
talking.
extra for the camera that's got a window.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Yeah. A lot of those around, especially charity ones. You can sort of support the charity and get a lens cover, which is all good. Right. Okay. And as one guest goes camera shy, another guest joins us and comes back, and we say hello again to Alfredo. And
thank you. I had a lot of calls this morning. I was not anticipating so many calls when I came on board. I do apologize. Go ahead.
No worries. No worries.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to paste a call script, a counter script, and I was wondering if it's possible. Can ManyChat do this type of responses? But RJ, do you have already an answer to that? Or?
They can do counters. You have to do them, and you have to add that stuff in custom fields. It's not, you can't add it by code. But yeah, but if you work with the custom fields, they will do like incremental stuff, and it'll do math for you and all that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I've recently had to use the counter scripts because I'm getting calls from random businesses that considered me a lead because I applied for a domain. So that's why I was asking, can this counter script be used as a message bot? But it's more for the counter script is more me to talk to them one-on-one. But I just as a thought, I thought, can this counter script be done in the message bot as well? It was my extended thought. It's not like it was a plan something. It was more like I was curious, can the counter script be programmed in ManyChat? So
the counter script is to talk to people who think that you've applied for it.
No, the counter script is more for my bot to see if they're not they're not just soliciting business. That's what I want. I don't know if that's...
You want this piece of code to run, I think.
Oh, you have a...
I think that's Ed. Just a minute. That's Ed. Is that his phone?
It's interruptions. Interruptions during broadcasts is always fun.
Yeah.
That is his ringtone.
Oh, so Stephen, are we at the end of the show or mid-show? Or where are we at as far as...
Usually we go an hour every Wednesday. We've been doing this for a year and a half.
Wow.
We have. Indeed. And we just enjoy chatting, and we're grateful for everybody who actually joins us and asks questions. And we've lost Ed. Ed should be back in a moment. So that's good. Did you actually see Sid on Molly's show?
No, she mentioned that he was coming on board, but I didn't stay long enough to see if Sid was on there.
Right.
Sid from ManyChat, yeah. I can, you can. I'll drop down into the lobby and then check it out if you want to.
Oh no.
No,
that's not necessary. So I'm looking at this this link that you gave me.
Yes.
Something like that absolutely could be written in bot format, but how would the telemarketer get to it?
That because their cause is they're calling most of the time. Yeah, they're calling the phone, so getting a telemarketer into a bot is the most difficult challenge ever. So
that would be the challenge. No, you could totally bot this out, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem at all. I like it. It's kind of nice.
So there you go. You can use it for your testing purposes if you wanted a counter script for your marketers.
Well, I just don't answer the phone.
Oh, okay.
I just don't answer it. If it's a number I don't recognize, I don't bother, because my clients, they don't have my phone number. They all have my messenger. So I the people that I need to answer, either I recognize their phone number or they've got me in Messenger. It's fine. So I have a different setup than you do, though. So I understand why you would need something like this. Yeah, it's I totally understand why you would use something like this. I was completely confused though when you first asked as to what when you said script, I thought you meant code.
Right. It was a counter script via phone. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. But I'm sure Steven doesn't have any troubles with marketers.
No,
No,
none at all. No, I. What's a phone?
oh, you don't use phone.
No, I've got email. I've got Messenger, and we don't in the UK. We don't do text to any large extent. Messenger's taken over. So the only hassle we get is when something's up for renewal, and it's become common knowledge you're renewing your phone on a certain date. Then you get hassle. But as for marketers doing telesales, no, that's gone by the board. People don't do that anymore. Cold calling is dead.
Wow.
Long live messenger bots.
There's still some people doing cold calling. I'm not doing it. I'm just
Nope.
getting the calls. I'm getting the calls. So I was like, what are you guys doing?
There are people, like I worked for a company a few years ago, shall remain nameless, but their big thing was robocalls. We're going to get those robocalls out there, and then people are going to buy our stuff. No, they won't. People don't like speaking to an actual, robot type of thing.
For example, RJ's been talking about bots, and I'm going, oh, that's nice. Can I code that for my church? And then I have to bring it to the church in the form of a way, look, you can use this, but this is going to cost us. So, I mean, the church, my church personally, they're going through a lot of changes, and robocalls, bots may not be efficient use of the funds now because we are limited funds, and we got to direct it in a way that will maximize our efforts. One of the things that we are struggling with is we have a little bit low membership, but we're trying to. There's already what's called an outreach committee to kind of try to get more people into our church. So, and a bot, I don't think can get a person in the church, in my opinion. But again, I could be wrong.
Is that a challenge?
I don't.
Exactly. There are a ton of people who do outreach through bots. And I would think that it can be done. Have I done it? No. But the things that you wouldn't think fit in bots totally fit. Like Stephen and I, Tina she has the funeral business she was working with. And she found me an instance of a bot that takes in your final wishes. It's a 45-minute run, and it asks you everything about your final wishes, and it stores the information for you. And you wouldn't believe this because I went through this thing, but it's funny. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a subject people absolutely do not want to talk to anyone about, but they'll tell a bot. So I wouldn't count that out. I wouldn't count that out, because what I would say is, if you make your goal, get someone to either a service or a little open house or something like that. If you make that your goal, then it could absolutely be done. Now, making them a permanent every week member, that's not a bot's job. That would be
that's team members' jobs, yes.
Yeah.
And are the bot goals just to get them into the church, but
just get them crossing the threshold. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Or get them watching remotely. Yeah. Because that's why service is broadcast, isn't it? It's so people can watch remotely.
Yeah, we still have to upgrade our infrastructure, meaning our upload speed is still 1 meg up. I think it's 7 megs down. So we still I probably have to speak up and says we need to upgrade this, but again, depending on the needs of the church, I'm stuck with the current tools I have. So
yeah, but I mean, your challenge is the same as any brick and mortar business. Your challenge is the same as a restaurant, is the same as, now it's not exactly the same, obviously, but people have needs in that area. If you can put it in front of them that your church community can solve those needs and invite them to an open house or a service or whatever it is, that's how I see you can use it.
So go ahead, Stephen.
Now, one of the first questions is, are your congregation and potential congregation on Messenger?
Our current congregation, I think, is following our church page. As far as them being a messenger, I don't know. I don't have privy to that information because I don't have access.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if they are using Messenger to keep in contact with friends and family, then they're already there on Messenger. So you can then use a Messenger bot. And if you look into the congregation, that's just for argument's sake of say 500, then to actually maintain from a ongoing cost point of view, that would cost you $10 a month plus time. And that would mean that you could actually send out, as RJ said, notifications of services, order of service, special meetings, group meetings, anything at all. You can actually tag people and say, right, okay, these people are actually interested in a group meeting, which takes place on Tuesday. I shall remind them an hour before on Tuesday so they can get ready for it. That sort of thing adds value. Yeah. What you're not actually doing, you're not selling anything. You're actually giving people information at the time that they need it.
Speaking of information, I do want to ask for RJ's help. I just started this page. It's called Just Text Al. It's a business/brand page that the two areas I'm focusing on is information technology support and maybe live stream setup training. I'm not sure if the people actually need that, but I'm not sure when to get a bot for this page. I tried to get it with my other pages and with ManyChat, I believe it was, or no. I was using ChatFuel. I tried. Wait. Was that the Stephen?
I said nothing. I said nothing. It was just a reaction.
So I was using ChatView and I was like going, this does not feel right. Anyhow, but I do need your help, RJ, to kind of program a bot into this. I'm just not sure when because it's not an active page yet. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes, excellent. Multitude of ways to accomplish such a thing, Alfredo, especially with one who is as technologically minded as you. So yeah, I'll watch out. I'll watch out for your call, my friend.
Okay.
We'll make something happen there.
Yeah.
That's nice. You can all, I've been doing this the last couple of days. QR codes too.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a QR code go to an SMS as well. So instead of texting the number, they can just go whoop and boom, there to you.
Yeah. Also, when programming bots, is there any specific rules that I need to kind of keep in mind when programming the bot that I want?
There's so many rules. So first and foremost, you're standing on the Messenger platform. You must act accordingly. You cannot send the same kind of messages that you would send in other places. You have to send the kind of messages that people are used to getting in Messenger. You have to.
It
sticks out like a sore thumb and makes you appear salesy. Big main reason.
Personalize your bot.
Personalize my bot.
Give it a personality. Give it an avatar if you want. Because we've got, there's the Black Belt Bots avatar, there's the Hub Bot avatar, there's everybody's got us, and Erin's got one as well, hasn't she?
Erin Strayer Show's got a bot.
So hang on, it wasn't there. Somebody's got a pink bot. Who was that? So the name will come to me, and I'll remember it, and I'll tell you next week. But she designed an avatar, and it was all pink, which certainly stands out in Messenger. You can't miss it.
You can't.
So what we're saying is make it your own. Abide by the rules, and it is fun to do. I mean, you're actually having conversations with people. Yeah. And that's what this. I mean, it's what live video is all about. It's basically we're here talking and people are listening, but we're listening to what people say, and the conversations start. And there'll be conversations after the show. You get a message from me off radio saying thank you for joining us today. It'll be a personal message because I will have written it. Yeah, and that's the sort of thing. At the end of the day, what you're trying to do is actually build up a conversation with your bot when you attach it to your page, but do give it a personality. It's gone quiet now. This is the point of the show where we say. This is the point of
I was going to ask about, do you have a bot that gives advice on building websites? if you built one, a bot like that.
Knowledge bot.
Knowledge
bot.
RJ. Oh.
BrainBot. So do I personally have one? I do not. What I have been doing for one of my clients and myself as well is building a BrainBot. Basically, it's a knowledge base, but it's within a bot.
Okay.
The knowledge is collected within PDFs, videos, images, sound clips. It's all collected there. There's a menu to find what you need, and then for some of the knowledge pieces, there is an upsell to a course. You know, if she's got a course on Facebook, then every one of her answers to questions about Facebook is going to end with, hey, by the way, I have a class in that. Or do you just maybe want to sign up for some consulting hours? And in that way, she's has the ability to let people know about her courses when folks arrive to pick her brain, which happens a lot. So the BrainBot is a great one for that. I haven't run into any good bots that will give you website building. I build on Squarespace. I used to build on WordPress. I quit about 4 years ago. I was just done. It was like, you know what? Whoever wrote this plugin that just died in the middle of the night and left me and my customer hosed was written by some Norwegian dude, 5 years ago who hasn't kept up the code. Yep. And now the website's been hacked. No, I just won't do it anymore. Squarespace is good stuff. And they have really great learning, really great knowledge base there.
I'm trying to remember the name of the bot. Is it Bot Ninja for your page name?
Black Belt Bots.
Black Belt Bots. Okay, there you go.
You know it when you see it, Alfredo. I'm just trying to get the logo because we said give your bots a personality.
Yeah.
And we've got a logo somewhere. I mean, this is, if it's working, this is one of our logos. And that's that's Balti, and that's bot number 21. We've got 100 of them, and we've only just scratched the surface. And then the other one, and I'm looking for. I probably got it tucked away. Oh, I got it. Okay, I've got it. There we are. I'll take that one down. And what you're actually looking for, Alfredo, is that, which is Black Belt Bots.
Now, did you design that, RJ, or did you pay someone to pay you? Pay someone to draw that?
Graphic Mama has a huge collection of avatars.
Wow.
I bought Spinning Dragon for $30.
Nice. I may have to look into. Was it Graphic Mama?
Yep, Graphic Mama.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that for plenty of clients.
Yeah.
Graphic Mama. I was thinking, is Steven gonna get a graphic from Graphic Mama one day? I'm just curious. Would you pick out a graphic for?
I've got. Hang on, just a minute. I pressed the wrong button. I already have a graphic.
Right.
Darned if I can find it though. I'll bring it to the show next week. But it was designed by Kevin of BLIFBot TV.
Okay.
So there is a bot, an image. I haven't used on bots because we've got Balti, which again we didn't design, but we like RJ like to look off, so we got that. So you can have anything you want, but we talk about messenger bots, so it makes sense to have a bot,
An actual bot, yeah.
an actual bot.
The scenes that I represent for the church, like for example, this was the person that took the picture of our local church there. It's by John Bulworth. He took that back in 2010. The graphic, I believe, was designed by the youth pastor, both the logo and the South Side insignia. The gray part is just a normal GIF that's just gray box, and the scrolling marquee and the text, that's me within OBS. So yeah, I'm not a design logo person. I just put things together and then hopefully it looks professional.
Always the hope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But being a professional, because I answered the question about OBS the other day.
Oh yes, you answered it really well. I was impressed.
Thank you. It's the only thing about knowledge is just being one step ahead of the person you're answering. That's the only thing you need to be. And I in answering a question, I just I Google it,
right,
and then I run through it. So with the OBS question, I actually did everything I was telling the gentleman to do who was in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I did it all myself first, just out of curiosity, and then explained it. And it's sharing the knowledge, which is what Bots for Broadcast is all about, and what the show is all about, and what networking is all about, really, is helping people.
Just curious, are you going to get, or at least get more familiar with OBS, or are you just more of a, just to help that person out?
I'm going to, within the next week, after the charity show, and I'm just trying to find the card for the charity show. Let me take that one off.
The reason being, Stephen, is you would be a force to be reckoned with when you have OBS as part of your tools.
All right. At the moment, my toolkit, I'll put my hand up here, both hands. I have OBS, vMix, XSplit, ManyChat, ManyCam, and if you can think of another one, I've got it, and it's actually installed on my computer, and I can use it. The only thing is, though, that there are only so many hours in the day.
Right.
You know, so at the moment, my favorite is XSplit because it goes with XSplit VCam. I'm into virtual cameras at the moment. Going through my virtual camera period with Brigetti and Peter Stewart.
That's just software. Wait until you get into the hardware portion of the live streaming. No, you're not going to do the hardware.
Keep it simple. Yeah. I'm a software guy. I understand software. If you talk to me about mixers and everything, then you're going to lose me. It's easy as. If you talk to me about bananas, then you've definitely lost me. Because I can't get banana to work at all. Right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't have to. It's not a prerequisite of going live on BLIFBot.tv. But many people are using bananas to actually sort out their sound on their broadcasts.
What?
That's all I'm saying.
Like real bananas or the software bananas?
It's a software banana.
Oh, okay.
It's for whatever reason, the software has a name and the end of the name is banana. So these programmers are coming up with strange names for software. But I like the sound of TrueChat, and we look forward to following TrueChat on its journey as RJ helps the team there to actually come into the real world, into our world. And it'd be good to watch it in progress because, as we discovered today, ManyChat has problems. Problems it gave to us is that our guest bot wouldn't run, and that's not good. Though we did have a plan B with our responder bot, but there are fascinating things taking place. It's good to be part of them. There's so many things to look at. Bot blocks and Clever Messenger. Have you heard of Clever Messenger?
I haven't heard of Clever Messenger. I have heard of bot blocks. What's a Clever Messenger?
Ah, right. Okay. if I say $199, that would be a good starting point, wouldn't it?
A month?
No. Clever Messenger is on special at the moment. It's normally $399. Basically, these are some French technicians who got together and they build messenger bots, but they actually build the whole of the template. So if they're given a problem, they will build out a template for it, which you can then copy and use. But the template already works. And it's you're doing things like, I can give you, for instance, okay, you have a Facebook business page and you've got 2,000 likes on it. Yep, so far so good. You've got a Facebook group attached to that business page. Now that Facebook group has 200 members. So what happened to the 2,000 people who liked your page, 1,800 of whom haven't joined your group? Who are they? Should they be in your group? Well, of course they should. It's your group. So their latest template is able to take the likes list, yeah, and then create messages in Messenger to go out to the people who've liked your page saying, would you like to join our group? And it send out a message to those 1,800 people and invite them to join the group. That's the sort of thing they do. So it's specialized stuff.
But you can't like a page and get added to a bot.
No,
You have to interact with the page to get added to the bot, right?
I'll find out more information. You're both incredible. Well, you both don't believe me, so I'll go find out more information for next week. I read the spec quickly and it sounded good, and they did a video to go with it. But if you check out Clever Messenger on Facebook, there is a group, and these guys do a host of templates which do wonderful things. So shout out to them. I've not got involved yet. I've got enough going on with ManyChat, autoresponder bot, and the upcoming True Chat.
Yeah,
RJ,
baby.
yeah, very true. It's over to you, RJ, as we close the show.
Well, lots of stuff going on. We started out with some delivery issues with ManyChat today. A lot of people in the ManyChat community freaking out about it, and a lot of things going on. And then we kind of explored some other contenders for bot use. So it was a good day. We also talked about an alternative way to invite people to your shows, to your podcasts, to your blogs, wherever you're inviting them to. We talked about a way that actually is a little bit better and is less, not that the way that we were using was promotional, but this will appear less promotional to Facebook for sure. So a lot of good things, a lot of good content today. Join us. Oh, you know what? Next week I'm out of town. I'm on a plane during the show.
Okay, understood.
So Stephen will be solo.
I will be, and I'll find a topic for next week, and all will be good. And RJ will be back the week after. And well, the week after, in actual fact, it's nearly time for 5 days live. I'm going to have to check the dates on that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Alfredo, thank you for joining us on camera. And to Ed for joining us on camera. Ed, we will contact you after the show because we did try to cover everything in the Bots for Broadcasters course, which you took and gave a review for. We hope to get you out of the problem that you're having at the moment, get things sorted. Not necessarily today, because ManyChat has problems, but certainly very soon. To everybody who's watched today, thank you, as RJ said, and we'll see you all again next week, or the week after, or soon. Bye for now.